All right, good evening, y'all. Welcome to WULD Uber Lyft Driver Talk Radio. There seems to be a lot going on with the with Lyft nowadays, but honestly, what what has um, what has surfaced in the last couple of weeks, I kind of seen it coming. I actually stopped driving for a Lyft sometime about a month ago now. I stopped and I just seen that they started really nickel and diming, and I really started understanding that the app itself was in fact your biggest enemy. So listen, man, if you're new to the channel, man, please hit that subscribe button, and as well as that notification bell, because I post videos on here. Get back into the swing of things with this Uber Lyft driver, 98.3.com FM. I am Chris One of the Chris One Radio Group, and I'm gonna just start cranking them out over here on this channel. But here's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about my experiences with Lyft. A couple of things that I've noticed that has been brought to light in its last week or so, that seems to be trending now with concerning Lyft. I noticed that the app was the biggest enemy. I noticed that there was something up with the algorithm because of this. I live in a rural neighborhood. There's only one road in and one road out of my neighborhood. What I've noticed is I had my app on. 2 hours I have my app on. And I would see a car go by with the Lyft logo. 5 minutes later, I would see somebody, that same car with people in their car driving away. And I would say to myself, well, how come that ride didn't come to me? I was here. I hear a lot of people talking about the algorithms in Lyft, how the algorithm will give the ride to the closest person. I knew that there was a lot more to that. Not a little bit, but a lot more to that. But what really made me say that I can't do this anymore, because where I live, I had about $70 a day in automatic money. It was these people, it was like four people, three people actually, that needed um two $20 rides and two $15 rides every day. I promise you, when the ball dropped for 2019, that changed. Um, I I was normally doing, I would start doing Uber and Lyft at 5 in the morning, and by 8 o'clock, I would have $100. I would be out of my house, meaning I'm on the road already at 5. So I would leave out about 20 minutes to 5 or so on my way to a ride, because where I live at is rural. So everybody needed rides. At least everything was a $20 or $30 ride. I would drop off, come back to my neighborhood. Okay. I noticed that when the ball dropped, I'm talking about the ball dropped for 2019, something changed. And I just knew that it just wasn't a coincidence. Um, so what I was normally doing out of the house at 5 or 8, 9 o'clock at the latest, I have $100. I'm now doing Lyft for the entire day, making $70. And I'm like, I can't dedicate this much time. I write books. Of course, I have a studio here. If I pan this camera around, I build bikes. I do a lot of things, and I didn't need to be putting that much time. Lyft and Uber was just everyday pocket money. I'm retired military. Um, I didn't need to be all hands on deck with doing Uber and Lyft. So I knew something was wrong, and that happened more than once. And what I mean by what that will equal is sitting in my house watching someone get a ride, um, and the ride went right past me. I seen it 4 or 5 times a week. So I knew that this, come on, I knew that it was just going to be a matter of time before I have to just call it quits. But what really brought the brought this thing home is I had a scheduled ride, and the ride was 17 miles from my house, like deep rural. And I went to pick the person up, and because it was a rural neighborhood, the app and the street address didn't match. So I was at the person's house. The app knew where I was at. I had no other reason to be 17 miles into bum nowhere. And I was talking to the people at Lyft, and it was just like, well, we can't give you the $10 because you killed it. And I was like, well, honestly, I screenshot the app where it kept recycling my time. And they just was adamant about just saying, you lost your $10. We're not giving you your $10. I'm sorry. Well, next time, blah, blah, blah. I said, whoa, whoa, whoa. Before we get to next time, let's finish talking about this time. And I looked at a video earlier, and the woman that did the video, she was right. It's about integrity. Lyft doesn't have any. You don't get this with Uber. You really don't. You don't get this much fuckery with Uber. You just don't. Lyft is just, they was just trimming too much fat off the edges, and and just too much. Too, they were trimming too much fat off the edges to try and make money. And I remember I'm texting a lady back. Well, what about my $10? I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. I said, cancel my app. Well, you're part of the family. I said, what are you, slow or you stupid? Cancel my account. Well, if we cancel your account, it won't be. I said, look, you low life stupid. And I just went off on them, cancel my account. I said, trust me, don't wait 60 days. Don't think I'm going to log back onto this thing. I just seen the deterioration in Lyft too long. And I just said I had enough. So I don't do it anymore. And I'm not sad that I don't. Um, uh, it just wasn't worth it no more. It really wasn't. Lyft deserves everything they got coming. I hope a lot of people just delete their app. Like the woman said, I was looking at a video earlier. They are the copycats. They can't get right. They just can't get right. They just, I hear they slash prices and all that. I haven't been driving now in about a month, over a month, and I seen it coming. Lyft is just garbage, and they give certain things to some drivers and not to the other. You know, they tell you when you do ride share, you can log on and work when you want. But then when Lyft, they add riders to your queue without asking you, and they just don't even it's the worst. My experience with Lyft, stick with Uber. Don't do Lyft, man. So hey, listen, man, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you guys for being here. And what I'll do is, man, hey, listen, I'll uh I'll check you guys on the next one. Later, y'all.